start. We are going to get started right away. Oh, what's going on? Okay. Go. So this is Jeff Montgomery. Welcome, welcome. Hold on, turn on Bluetooth so this earbud actually connects. Boom, that is working. All right. If you're just joining, you have no idea what you signed up for. We do 45 minutes of live side split stretches. We do it every single day to practice consistency, to build a little community, and to get some side splits. I almost forgot what we're doing. Oh man. Coffee, water. Let's get ready to get started. Whew. The first thing we're going to do is warm up. And the first one we're going to do is called the hip cars. It's all about moving your legs through the full range of motion available at the hip using your own muscle power. And it looks like this. We're going to lift this knee as high as we can go. Thank you, Eduardo, just popped into the chat. I can see you all the way from over here. Thank you for being here. Lift that knee directly, or point the knee directly to the side. Keep it as high as you can. Rotate that leg. I'm going to spin around. You can stay in place. Rotate that leg so that the ankle is as high as possible. Bring the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Pull this knee back behind the standing leg. Try your best. I have tight hip flexors. I really struggle with this. And we're ready to start over. We're going to do that 10 times on the left side, 10 times on the right side. So let's go. I'm going to do it at an angle, holding the wall for support so you can see what's happening. All right. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I think it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Whew. Hip cars on the left side. Done. There's no audio on YouTube. Interesting. This says it's on. This says it's on. I'm going to unplug and replug it. Hey Lulu, welcome back. Alright, it looks like it's working now. It was flashing green, now it's not flashing green, it's just green. Let's keep going. Hip cars on the other side. Let's go. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's 3, 4, I think we did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Hip cars going forward. Done. We've done 10 on each side. Give your hips a little bit of a light massage. And we're going to keep going in reverse. Whew. Get back to that wall. Have yourself something nice to hold on to help you stay balanced. And let's go. Bring the leg back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Lift directly up to the side. Bring that ankle up as high as you can. Bring it back down. Bring the knee to the front. All right, that's 1. Let's go. 10 more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle down, knee. I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Oh, my last one was a little bit sloppy. Don't let yours get sloppy. Keep it up. Keep the intensity. All right. That is 10 on the left side, going backwards. Let's do 10 more on the right side, going backwards. Lift that leg back behind you, flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, really pull that hip flexor, lift directly to the side, rotate, bring that ankle up, bring it down, bring the knee to the front. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. 10 hip cars on the right side, 10 on the left side, 10 going forward, 10 going back. We are done with hip cars. Whew. My hips are tired and I'm out of breath. We're gonna move on right on into warm-up exercise number 2. It is called the elephant walk, and it looks a little bit like this. We're gonna fold forward and try to bring the belly button down to the ground. If you are at a slightly higher angle, that is totally fine. It's just part of the process. As long as you're feeling the hamstrings work, get tight, and you're moving through that tightness, then we're doing everything that we need to do. All right? Fold forward, bring the belly button down, and breathe. If your knees are a little bit sensitive, a little achy, you can give them a slight bend. You can still work on the hamstrings just fine with a slight bend. We're going to relax here for just a second more. Don't worry, this is the warm-up. We're warming up together. You don't have to come into this with any advanced preparation. And, all right, let's start bending one knee at a time, doing the actual elephant walks. Keep on focusing on bringing the belly button down as low as you can. And while you bend one knee, your hamstrings will be moving even though they're super tight. You might feel it a little bit in the calves. Your toes, maybe, if you're working really hard, might even feel a little bit tingly from the work that you're doing. And that is exactly what we want. Keep going. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. 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 Try to keep your back relatively straight. And keep on trying to bring the belly button down. Let's do 5 more seconds of these, and then we're going to move on to some thoracic rotation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Oh, whew, my toes are tingly. Shake out the legs. Relax. And let's do some thoracic rotation. We're getting to the same position that we were just in. Legs shoulder width apart, one leg bent, one leg straight. We're going to take the opposite hand of the straightened leg, reach across, help push our chest to the right. Extend the right arm up into the air. Look at those fingers with your eyes. And then come back down. Thoracic rotation is just fancy for you're going to rotate your upper back. And the back, at least the upper back, is designed to move very, very, very well. Front, back, left, right, rotate. And realistically, we're not using much of that capability. So today, and by today I mean every day, we spend a tiny little bit of time here doing some thoracic rotation, giving your back a tiny bit of love. If you are having a little bit of back discomfort just from sitting all day, slouching, whether it's in your car, on the train, in your desk, in the coffee shop, wherever it is that you're sitting and feeling stuck all day, take a couple seconds, give your back some love. Whew. All right. That is thoracic rotation. I honestly didn't count if we did 5, but I think I tried to do 5. And if I haven't, it's okay. We're going to move on. We are going on into warm-up exercise number 3, and that is... Wait, what is warm-up exercise number 3? I'm having a brain fire. What comes after elephant? Oh, Cossack switches. Cossack switches. How could I forget the hardest part of our whole entire warm-up? This warm-up is intended to get our blood pumping and get us ready to do some stretches. So the Cossack switch has a significant strength component. We're doing a lot of stuff that's pretty intense, and it's not going to feel like a warm-up. But don't worry. This is the only really intense thing that we do the whole time. And in terms of intensity, I'm talking about like reps. Okay? Whew. All right. Casa switches look a little bit like this. We're pointing our toesies out to either corner of the wall. The feet can be decently wide. It doesn't matter. We can adjust later. And I want you to come down to one side. I want your knees to travel in the same direction as your toes are pointing. And I'm going to emphasize that by pointing my feet at you. Toes are pointed this way. My knees are traveling in the same direction that my toes are pointing. I don't want your knees to go in this way or out that way. Same direction, going straight. That's what we want. Now, I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit so you can see what's happening. I am bringing my knees over my toes as much as I can, stretching the Achilles tendon, the calves, and I'm feeling a little bit of pressure in the ankle, a little bit of pressure in the hip. And we're going to try and find a restful position that kind of looks like this. I want you to squish down, and if your heel comes up a little bit, that's okay, because you would need some crazy ankle flexibility to pull this off. And I just want you to chill and hang out for a little bit while you feel the pressure building here and here. All right? Meanwhile, on the other side, this leg, our heels are down, our toes are up, and our knees are pointing up. This is called leg external rotation. We need it for the side splits later, and so we're practicing it right now. We've hung out here for a little bit, so let's scoot our butts over. You can put your hands down to help with balance, to reduce some of the weight, and do the same thing on the other leg. Feeling that Achilles tendon, the calf stretch, feeling a little bit of pressure in the front of the ankle, in the hip. We're going to adjust the leg so that you can squish down a little bit more comfortably and just chill here for a little bit. Whew. While we wait and give this leg a little bit of time. Again, this heel is down, the toes are up, and the knees are up. And after this, we're going to start switching from side to side. So that movement that we just did, putting our hands down, scooting our butts to the other side, we're going to do 10 rounds of that. 10 to the left, 10 to the right. And we have options. I'm going to demonstrate one more, so you got your first option, and you can start following along, all right? Once you're in this position, you can put your hands down. You can try to keep your butt very low to the ground, come over to the other side, sit in this deep position, hang out for a second, and then go again. You can follow along. If you are looking for something a little bit more advanced, you can try to keep your hips really low. You can try to keep your chest still leaning quite far forward, because that's the position where you were practicing with your hands down. And you can go from side to side some more. Again, try to take a second to pause at the bottom, really squish down into the bottom of this position. And I have absolutely no idea how many of these are done. I think it's at least 4 or 5. When you're feeling stronger, you can try to stand up a little bit straighter, stick your hands out in front of you, and do the same movement, but you're going to feel way more pressure in the low back, trying to keep you upright. Works a couple more muscles, and breathe. Remember, we're trying to chill a little bit at the end of each of these. We're basically doing half a side split every single time we come down, so take advantage of it. The beauty of the Cossack switch is we're building strength while getting stretched out, and that is awesome, because that is exactly what we want. We want to get stronger in the muscles that are related to the side split, so that the brain remembers we are in control, and this is what we want. We want some side splits. Cool? If you're just joining in, you have no idea what we're doing. We're doing 45 minutes of live side split stretching, and we do this every day to practice consistency, to build a little community, because I'm here every day, you're here every day. We're going to become a community. And the goal is to make doing this stuff a little bit more fun with my good vibes, with your conversations and vibes in the chat, so that we can make a bunch of progress towards hip mobility and side splits together. If that sounds fun, hit follow, subscribe, get notified, do all those cool things, and keep coming back. We're here every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. Whew, okay, come on out of the Cossack switches. Whew, I'm super out of breath now. Take a quick break, grab some water, take a sip of something, and go grab a cushion. We are going to do some hamstring stretches, and the version that we're going to do looks a little bit like this. We're going to drop down to one knee, stick the leg in front, fold forward. This knee is going to support quite a bit of weight for quite a bit of time, so I recommend you grab something soft to pad it with. I have a yoga block close to me, so I'm going to use that. But I have been known to use a pair of shoes I don't care about. Just drop my knee into it. Dog beds, children's pillows, sofa cushions, whatever will pad your knee, go ahead and grab it. All right, let's get into it. I want you to try your best to keep your hips and your shoulders pointed directly forward. I want you to stick the leg that is not kneeling straight in front of you. Maybe tweak it out just a little tiny bit to help you with your balance. And focus on folding at the hips. We want to bring the belly button down towards the thigh. And your hamstrings are going to start tightening up. That is how we're going to set it up. I'm going to spin around so I can go that way. And you can see what's happening with the body. And we're going to start real soon. From this position, I want you to really try to pull your leg into its hip socket. I don't want you to be extended like this. I want you to be tucked in. All right? This lets you focus all your energy on just the hamstring stretch and not all the other complexities that's going to happen if you start branching out all over the place. All right? Belly button down. Feel the hamstrings tighten up. And we're going to take a really big inhale. Then we're going to slowly exhale. And with that exhale, I want you to try to get deeper into the stretch. Okay? Let's go. Inhale. Slow exhale. Stretch, 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 stretch. Okay, take some normal breaths. Try to relax. And let's do one more inhale, exhale. Exhale. Fold that belly button down. Feel those hamstrings tighten up. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. So let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay, come on out of that stretch. Take a breath. Relax. Let your toes regain feeling. And spin around. Let's go ahead and start up on the other side. Remember, we're trying to pull that leg into the hip. Folding at the hips, bringing the belly button down to the thigh. Hamstrings are going to tighten up. And we're going to do our big breaths. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Stretch. Try to have the stretch come from the belly button area. It's going to be really tempting to just bend and pull your head down. But if your hips aren't moving, you're not actually stretching the hips. From here, we're going to do another big breath. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. And once you're as low as you can get, let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. If you have slightly sensitive knees, you can give your knee a slight bend. You'll be able to fold down more before you feel your hamstring stretch get nearly as tight. But you can then try to straighten out your leg slowly, and that will get the hamstring stretch back. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, we're almost done, 7, 6, remember to breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, come on up. Take a quick breath. Relax and come back up into standing. We don't need this cushion anymore, so you can toss it away. Don't throw it too hard. Don't send it flying. Don't harass small animals, because they will start barking and make the rest of the stretching not so fun. Grab a sip of water or some coffee and enjoy a couple seconds of rest. The next stretch that we are going to get into is the butterfly. And I recommend you get to a wall while we do this because the wall will help keep you stable and will help you focus on the stretch that we really care about, which is that groin area. All right, so let's get our butts to that wall. And hips, shoulder, head, just rest it against the wall. Discover what pretty good posture is supposed to feel like. Bring your feet together, pull them in, and we're in this position. The goal of the butterfly is to open up the groin and to stretch out the groin. What that means, what it's going to look like, is your knees are going to come down into the ground. All right? And I want you to try your best to use your outer thigh muscles, your glutes, to open up those legs. It's going to sound confusing. It's going to be a little bit hard, but try your best. We're going to do this for a couple seconds, and then we're going to get into the stretch. All right? Open, 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 open. The reason why we do this is because I want you to get stronger in every position that we are training. The stronger you are, the easier it will be to develop flexibility. So we're going to do both at the same time. So really contract those outer thigh and glutes. Open up your groin, bring the knees down into the ground, and once you have tried your best, you don't feel like you get any further, take your hands and apply a little bit of pressure. When you start applying pressure, if the wall is behind you, the back of your head, the tops of your shoulders are going to feel a little bit of pressure. You're going to be pressing into the wall. That is basically the wall keeping you from moving, keeping you from diluting the force you're applying into your legs, and helping you push your legs down. So we love that. All right, let's go. Hold this for 30 seconds. Keep on applying steady pressure. 30, 29, 28, 27. Ooh, my hips just made a sound. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Remember to breathe. We're still flexing those glutes and outer thigh muscles. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're basically done. 2, 1, 0. Okay. Let the hands go first. And for a second here, if you've really been contracting or trying your best to contract the leg muscles, your hips might feel like they've forgotten how to move. You might feel a little bit stuck. That is normal and totally okay. It's normal because when you flex a muscle really hard against something and it doesn't move, it starts to do kind of strange things. And that is a normal phenomenon, okay? So move those legs a little bit. Give them something to do, and they will start working again. Come on up into a standing position. We're going to move right on into stretch number 3, the standing pancake. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a hip massage because, man, I really felt the butterfly just now. Whew. All right, standing pancake. It looks a little bit like this. We're going to open up the legs decently wide. It doesn't have to be crazy. Then we're going to fold, bring the hips down and forward. Mostly, just imagine your belly button is getting closer and closer and closer to the ground. And the starting position looks just like this. It's just touching your toes, but your legs are a little bit wide apart. This is a great place to start because gravity does a ton of work. When you are in this position, the upper body is being pulled down by gravity a lot, and it is making you fold here at the hips. All right? We want that because we want to put gravity to as much helpful work as possible. It's not helping you jump any higher, but it can help you fold a little bit further down into your pancake. If you extend your arms out above your head, if you hold something like a water bottle out in front, that tiny little bit of water will suddenly feel like it is bringing a lot of pressure into your hips. So take advantage of that. Give it a try. See if you can make your stretch a little bit more difficult, and let's get into position. I recommend you stick your butt a little bit behind you to help counterbalance when you stick your arms out in front of you. And if you do that, you can try to keep your upper body relatively horizontal while still creating a nice angle by sticking your butt out behind you. Cool? All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. Remember, the goal is to fold your belly button down towards the ground. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, throw that bottle away. Put your hands down. Come on up. Oh, if you did that right, you're going to feel a whole bunch of stretch in your hamstrings and a whole bunch of stretch in your inner thigh muscles. And if it was really intense, you might be struggling a little bit to walk. Just take a couple of seconds, pace around, shake out the leg, relax, while our legs recover some function. I'm actually going to come over to the chat real quick because I have not been here in a while. Queen RR, let me know that the audio is good on YouTube because I forgot to turn on the microphone that's attached to my face. My bad. Ganowski says, I am here. Ooh. Che said something, and then Roxy responded, I have good voice. You have a good voice for guided meditation. Oh, thank you. I also do a lot of voices when I'm trying to entertain kids, like nieces and nephews, and reading them books. So that is really nice, because I kind of practice. Okay, let's see. Scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the chat. Chris says, you have a good voice for guided meditation. Oh, man, it's come up twice. Thank you. Okay, doing a Taekwondo test tomorrow, so thankful I'm seeing this tonight to prepare. Whoa, very cool. Good luck. Break a leg. Not your leg. Break some boards. Break some boards. I hope you have an awesome time tomorrow at the test. Okay. Taekwondo test, and I said break a leg. Man, that was foolish. Okay, we are going to continue, and we are going to go do the fourth stretch of our series, the figure four or the pancake. It's called the figure four because we bring the leg across the body, and it kind of looks like we're making the number 4. I'm wearing shorts, so there's a lot of contrast here, and my upper body kind of blends into the lower body, so the 4 is kind of not visible, but that's okay. Well, just bear with me. What we're doing from here, once the leg is across the body, is we're trying to lift the leg and or bring the belly button down. And if it looks like it's just the chest that's coming down, that's mostly because I'm lazy. Over here is where we want to feel the stretch, right? In the outer hip, in the side of this glute, we want to feel this stretch. And I can't remember what we did yesterday, but I'm pretty sure we did the figure 4. So today is pigeon day. I do these interchangeably. So if you have one that you prefer, one that you like a lot and you know how to do well, go ahead and start doing that right away. If you want a quick tutorial, that's what's happening. So what are we talking about? We're going to do some pigeon today. The pigeon stretch looks a little bit like this. I'm going to face you for a second so that you can see how I want you to orient your leg. This leg, knee to ankle, is running directly across your body. And I want you to try to bring the middle of your chest towards sort of the midpoint in your leg. If you got short legs, go for the midpoint. If you have really long legs, maybe not as far out as midpoint might be for you. So you decide. But we want to fold down like so. Cool? Whew. You should feel the stretch building in this outer hip area. If you try to keep your back really straight, you'll feel a lot of tension building sort of on the outside. If you flap around a little bit more, it'll kind of be in slightly different places. So you can experiment with how you want to do that. This back leg causes a lot of people to be unhappy because if you don't have quite enough flexibility to hang out here, you know, people tell you, oh, that's not a pigeon, and they'll give you sass. And you can just ignore them. You have my permission. Because For our purposes especially, we're focusing on the other hip. This leg, everything's just side benefit, is bonus. So if you can't extend your leg behind you and you can't stay stable, totally fine. You can bend the leg just a little bit and still get almost all of that benefit from folding forward. Cool? But if you really want to get this hip looking like a pigeon and you just can't get there, there's two things I want you to try. One, I want you to recognize that if you're laying down and your leg is like this is basically what a pigeon is, right? Like, so just try to roll over and stay low the whole time. If you're stretching and this hip is struggling to keep your chest up, then don't keep your chest up. Just stay folded down. So that's one thing. Number two is you can elevate your front leg to make the stretch a little less intense on the back leg. What does that mean, Ken? Well, we shall see. And actually, which direction shows you the most? I think I'm gonna do it this way. This front leg, if we keep it across the body, don't do this with yoga blocks because these are kind of floppy. And if they're floppy, they're gonna feel less stable. And if they feel less stable, you're gonna feel less safe and you're gonna be all tense. We don't want that. Anyways, leg is across the body. This leg is behind us, right? So it is much easier to get back into this position because we got all this space down here when we're doing the pigeon stretch. All right, those are my tips. We talked about the pigeon stretch a bunch today, so I hope you figured out what you're gonna do because it's time for us to get to it. Pigeon, let's go. I am gonna turn around and face this way. Leg is going across the body. Bring the midpoint of the chest to the midpoint of that leg, trying to keep the hips low to the ground and then bring the belly button down. And if the head just flops around, that is more or less fine, no big deal. But if you're focused on bringing your head down so much that your hips come up, that's a no-no. Don't do that. Cool? All right. Back leg is behind you, either bent or with a little bit of support. And let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. If it suddenly feels like your stretch has gotten super easy, double check that your ankle has stayed in the same place. Maybe push the ankle a little bit further away from you, and that will increase the intensity of that stretch. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Feel that glute stretching out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, we're done. Oh, on that side. Take a nice quick break. This is the final set of stretches before we get into the side splits. So the intensity will pick up after this. Don't you regret not taking a chance to breathe. All right. Switching to the other side. Crossing the leg across the body. Extending the leg behind us if we can. Keeping it bent if we need to. Folding, keeping the hips low. Bring the belly button down. Push that ankle away from you to get into a deeper stretch. One side might be tougher than the other. That's normal. And 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Remember, keep the hips low. 22, 21, 20. Remember to breathe. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, come on up out of that stretch. Put your hands down. Breathe. And when you can, come back into standing. Shake out your legs. Relax. Flop around. Grab a sip of water or some coffee whatever floats your boat. Actually, no, you guys are mostly in the US. Don't be drinking coffee. It's late. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through the chat real quick. Melody says, thank you, despite my faux pas. And, all right, I guess that means it's time to get into some side splits. Whew. If you're just joining in and you had no idea what we've been doing so far, we do 45 minutes of live stretching, and it all builds up into the side splits. Everything prior to this has been pre-stretching some of the essential muscles that we are going to stretch in the side splits, so that when we get into the side splits, we're mostly prepared, we're ready to go deep, and you're gonna feel really badass about yourself. Cool? Next up, we're gonna talk about safety for a quick second. This right here is the wall. We've used it to help us balance. We've used it to keep us stable so that we can get into a deeper butterfly stretch. And now it's gonna be our safety buddy, all right? We're gonna stand right in front of that wall, about one step in front. And the beauty of this is if you start falling backwards, you're like, oh no, I lost balance. And then you fall backwards. The wall's gonna be right there. It's gonna help keep you safe so that you don't fall all the distance to the floor, smash your butt in there, and then flop around while your tailbone kind of hurts. None of that's gonna happen because you got a wall. So, again, 8 to 12 inches just in front of the wall. You just need enough space to stretch and move, and the wall will be here to catch you in case you do something silly. Just make sure there's no random doorknob made of really pointy looking metal to stab you in the shoulder, because that will hurt. Okay, let's go. We're gonna open up the legs decently wide. If you are feeling discomfort already at the hips, stop. Just come up a little bit. It doesn't have to be super intense just yet. We'll get intense. It will happen. Just, you don't have to do it right now. We're gonna fold at the hips. Put your hands down. Treat it like you're about to do like a mini push-up. And when you're doing this mini push-up, some of this body weight will be in your hands, so that it's easier for you to externally rotate the legs. If you've been in since the beginning, external rotation of the legs looks like this. Your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are pointing up. Toes up, knees up, heels down. All right? This rotation helps your leg bone move out of the way of some of the craziness going on in the hip bone, and it lets you get deeper into the side split stretch. So once you're in this position, you might feel that your heels are a little bit uncomfortable. That's okay. I should have warned you in advance. I'm sorry. You're going to just have to suffer through this, I guess. I want you to hang out here for a second. If you can, walk your hands back towards your hips. We had them in front here. I want you to walk them back towards your hips. Put all that weight and pressure back into your legs. Get into a deeper side split stretch. And then I want you to do almost a little wiggle from side to side to see if it's just a little bit of friction, some sticky, sweaty feet holding you back from a deeper stretch. So break that friction with a little wiggle. And once you're as deep as you can get for now, it's time. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. You see why I was calling the Cossack switches half a side split? And see this side right here? Boom. That is a Cossack switch leg right there. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. I know this is intense. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, crawl your hands forward. Pull your legs in beneath you, behind you. That is side split number 1. I don't know if I told you this yet, on today's live at least. So if you're new, surprise, we're not done with the side splits. We got 2 more rounds. Every other stretch that we do, we just hold for 30 seconds and then we move on. But this one, we're gonna do 3 rounds of 30 seconds. And that means we have to rest in between. And to make the most of the rest, we got a couple of moves that we do. The first one is gonna look a little silly, I know, but we're gonna flick, all right? We're gonna flick the hands out like we're flicking water after washing it in the bathroom and there's no paper towels. You're like, ugh. We're gonna do the same with the legs. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think your legs usually get that wet during a trip to the bathroom. You just took a shower, you have no towel, it's laundry day, you forgot. Flick, the water off your legs. Flick, 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 flick. I'm gonna start with just a basic flick off the water. Or maybe you saw a spider and you're like, ugh, you know, that feeling. Get away, get away. Now, your legs should be a little bit more relaxed, and I want you to try to take that flicking up to the next level. The reason why we're flicking is because we want to be loose and wiggly and floppy. This is a sign that your muscles are more or less relaxed. And what we want is as much relaxation, as much chilling as possible. Okay, so flop, 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 wiggle, 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 shake, 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 shake. And once your legs are doing all those floppy things, feeling nice and wiggly, then we're ready to move on. I want to emphasize one thing. I want you to try your best to do a couple of these. Some internal and external rotation in that hip. It might look like a little bit of a stanky leg, you know, just a little bit. Just a move. Nothing crazy. You don't have to go maximum range of motion to the outside, maximum on the inside. Just a little bit of movement to help loosen up some tense hip muscles. Cool? You can play some hacky sack, you know, if you want. And that is enough. That's enough for us to move on. We're going to do a couple of quick joint checks just to make sure everything is feeling okay after we put all that pressure into our hips. After a lot of looseness shaking, I think you'd probably know if something is an issue, but we're going to spend another moment just to be doubly safe. Cool? So hip circles is the first thing that we're going to do. You don't have to do very many. If it feels good, do a couple more because I talk a lot. But if nothing is happening for you, you can just move on. High knees. We're just working those hip flexors a little bit. Then we're going to pop into a mini squat. Put some pressure in the knees, put some pressure in the ankles, put some pressure into the toes of the feet. Come up onto a calf raise, come back down, try to control it and not just fall down like I just did. And if you've done all those things, then you know most of the joints working in the primary angles is doing just fine. So we're ready to move on. Once again, safety. 8 to 12 inches away from the wall. We're getting into side split number 2. So take a big deep breath. Relax. Remember, all we're doing, all of that stuff was just to make sure your body was relaxed. So stay relaxed, breathe, be gentle, be chill, and let's fold forward. Put your hands down towards the ground, do a mini push-up, put some of that body weight out of your legs, and externally rotate them so that your heels are down, your toes are up, your knees are pointing up, heels down, toes up, knees up, and we're going to try our best to drop down into a deeper stretch. I kind of did it while standing and looking at the camera, but you can definitely keep your hands down to make this a little bit chiller, feel a little bit safer. As you get deeper into the stretch, walk your hands back towards your hips. Put that weight we moved all the way to the front into our arms, back into the legs. The stretch is going to get more intense. And it's time for the wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Use that last little bit of wiggle to break the friction holding your feet back. And once you're as deep as you can get, it's time. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk those hands forward. Come on out. Pull those knees in. If it is getting tougher and tougher to come out of the side split, that is totally normal. Your legs have been staying super tense for longer and longer, and that's what happens when they stay tense for a long time. Your body stops figuring out how to work, right? So, let's shake it out. Relax. Flick, 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 flick. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couple of seconds on each leg. Now, take it up a notch. Let the legs flop around, let them wiggle. Give them a chance to relax as much as possible, as fast as possible. Part of this stuff is teaching the brain that you want to relax and you want the muscles to relax as fast as possible so that you can recover as fast as possible so you can go move on and do other things as fast as possible, right? That is a trainable skill. You'll still spend some time looking like you're flopping around, doing a weird dance move, being like a half zombie. But it'll get faster. You'll flop more easily. It'll be a little bit smoother as you train. Cool? Whew. All right. Let's do a little bit of that hip work I talked about earlier. Knee in, knee out, knee in, knee out, knee in, knee out. Same on the other side. Knee in, knee out, knee in, knee out. Try to keep your hips in the same place so that all of the movement is coming from your leg rotating. And we don't have to do that many, just a couple. Get a little bit of movement. And we're ready for our joint checks. Let's go. Hip circles. If they feel good, do a little extra. If you don't feel anything at all, you can move on. High knees. Work those hip flexors for a second. Come into a mini squat. Put some pressure on the knees. Put some pressure on the ankles. Put some pressure on those toes and foot muscles. Come up onto a calf raise if you can. Work on that balance. If all those muscles are working well, you didn't feel any pain, then we're basically ready for side split number 3, our third and final, our last side split. I don't think I'm ready for it, so I'm gonna shake it out a little bit longer. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Okay, are we emotionally ready for this? Let's do it. Let's get close to that wall, 8 to 12 inches. Open up the legs. Breathe. We want to be relaxed as much as we can. It's going to be hard because all your muscles are freaking out and flexing and keeping you from moving. But I want you to be attempting to be relaxed. Not stressed out because you're not relaxed, but just trying to be chill and calm. All right? Once you are nice and open, put your hands down. Shift that weight forward. Externally rotate the legs so that your heels are down, your toes are up, your knees are up. Chill, relax, breathe. Slowly walk your hands back towards your hips. Put that body weight right back into your legs. Do a little wiggle from side to side. See if you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. And once you are as deep as you can get for now, it's time. 30 seconds. Last round. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we're done. Walk your hands forward. Pull the legs in underneath you. Breathe, relax. All right, come back into standing. We're going to shake it out one last time. Do the hip circle checks, joint checks, whatever, one last time. And then you can go on and enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. All right, ready for this? Let's go. Flick, 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 flick. Flop, 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 flop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. If you feel like you're ready to add a little bit more to it, you can try to sort of wiggle the knee a little bit. You know, we were doing the in and out very intentionally with a toe on the ground. See if you can do a little gentle version without rotating so much with your leg like this. And it's gonna start feeling more like your leg is vibrating rather than flicking out. Give that a try. If it feels like too much to figure out right now, because I've talked so much about all this random stuff today that you can't figure out what's going on, that's okay. Just keep on flicking. Flick, 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 flick. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Shake, 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 shake. We want you to feel loose and relaxed. And it looks goofy, but I promise it's super useful, and you can use it for all sorts of other things like weightlifting, strength training. The looser, the more relaxed your muscles, the better the next rep is going to be. Oh, okay. Let's very, very intentionally now, this time, since it's the last round, do some internal and external rotation at the hip. When you were coming out of that stretch just now, that last time, maybe you were feeling it here in that hip as you were bringing your knee in into a kneeling position. So let's give that hip a little bit of love. Try to bring your knee in, open up that knee out, do the other side. If you want to turn it into a dance move, by all means, please do it. Do some stanky legs. Or do in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Both legs at the same time. If you need to work on your balance, this might not be the time to do it. Now that we've done that, I'm pretty sure we don't need the joint checks, but let's do them anyway. Hip circles. Ooh. I feel a really strong stretch right here on either side when I do the hip circles. So I really like the hip circles, and that's why I keep on saying if it feels good, do more. But again, if you feel nothing at all, because your hips are loose and chill, you don't have to do that many of them. Hip flexors, done. Pop into that mini squat, put some pressure in the knees, put some pressure in the ankle, put some pressure in the toes, do some calf raises, work those joints just a little bit. If they feel good, if they feel more or less normal, then we're done. That is it. All right. I'm going to come back to the phones, check the chats, respond to questions, do some chilling and catching my breath. But you guys are all wrapped up. I hope you had fun. I hope you feel really stretchy and got a great workout in. And I hope you had enough fun, feel like you enjoyed the vibes enough that you want to keep coming back, because we do this every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. We do this every day to build consistency, because that is ultimately the most important quality, and I need it. That's why I started doing it. Hopefully, it encourages you to be here, to come hang out, do some stretches, and help build the community and help encourage other people who probably need to spend a little bit of time doing some mobility work. Just keep on coming back and do some mobility work. Yeah, I try to make the suffering a little bit more fun. Try to be entertaining and educational all at the same time. So if that's your vibe, you're enjoying this, hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back. We are here every day at 9 p.m. Cool? All right, scrolling through the chat. Pickles Cage says, coffee helps me not feel tired and sad in the evenings. I like to get chores done late. If that does not interrupt your sleep and you are used to it, then I mean, I can't judge. I don't know what you're doing. Cool. Awesome. Everla says, hi. Welcome back, Everla. I think this is day 3 or 4 for you this week, maybe. So congratulations. You're staying super consistent. Thank you for being back. Melody said thank you because I wished her the best of luck in her Taekwondo test. And I'm going to scroll back down to the bottom of the chat and see what is up. Melody Piper asks, is there a list of the stretches that we did? There is not anything on TikTok or YouTube written down, I believe, but I can get you a list. Send me a message and I'll just send it and copy it to you. If you guys would like a list, I am definitely thinking about working on sort of, I don't know, some Google Doc or something that will list out all the stretches, give some explanation so that you can review it on your own time and know exactly what I'm talking about, so that you're feeling a little bit more prepared. Because I don't say the same things every single day. It's very similar every single day. We do the same moves every single day, but I go into different levels of explanation depending on, you know, whatever I'm inspired by, I guess, with no rhyme or reason. So if you're looking for one place where all the information is all there, so you can get your information all from one source instead of trying to figure out what Ken's talking about today, let me know. Put a message in the chat and say something like, make a list, and I will prioritize working on that. Cool? But yes, Melody, you can send me a DM and I will just write it out for you. Okay. Let's see. Melody Piper says, thank you. We'll be back. Lovely, lovely. Ganasti says, thank you. Ganasti, I hope your exams are almost done, and I hope you're no longer suffering from all the work, and you can keep coming back to lives. Yeah. Okay. Che says, thank you. Are you still, Travel with Roxy says, or asks, are you still working on the long form video too? Yes, there will be a long form video. It is, oh, actually, yeah, I'm working on it right now. And it'll come out soon. I don't know how soon. I'm learning video editing as we speak, so it is a sloppy, ugly mess at the moment, and I'd like to clean that up before it comes live. So that's what I'm working on, and I will try my best to have it out soon. Melody says, thanks. I want to do it for my warm-ups before the test tomorrow. Oh, lovely. Incredible. Okay, yes, I will have that to you ASAP. Ganasti says, I'll be done soon. Okay, you're almost there. You got the weekend to focus on studying, and then and then you will be almost done. All right, Christmas is around the corner. You got this. I believe in you. Over here on YouTube, Mad Have Codes says, hi, I'm 100 kg, 5'11", and I want to lose weight. Please help. Whew, okay. Weight loss is a really, really controversial topic, and I want to be sensitive of the struggle. In general, the general recommendation is to eat less, move a little bit more, and as long as you're moving in slowly the right direction, that's good. But the way you've written this question, I feel like you're not super heavy. 5'11", 100 kg is not that bad. So don't feel so bad about it right off the bat. You're doing okay. You have emotional eating. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, weight loss is really hard because there's so many other things tied to it that makes it difficult. It's not just going, oh, if you just ate less, and being sassy doesn't help anybody, right? I'm not an expert in this. So, caveat everything I say with, he's not an expert if you don't like it, right? I don't need to make you feel bad. And it's never my intention to make you feel bad. So if it ever happens that is the case, just let me know, because then I will think about it slightly differently, and I'll try to say stuff in a slightly different way that will be me trying my best to express what I mean instead of accidentally making you feel bad, because it's not the intention. If you know that sedentary lifestyle is a struggle for you, because that's what you said in the chat. Sorry, everybody else who can't see it. No, Mad Have Codes wrote, no, I'm not super heavy. I am a developer, but due to sedentary lifestyle, I gain weight. My name is Ken. And if you know you have a sedentary lifestyle, I think you want to focus on the things that will make you feel the best the quickest. And this doesn't really mean feel the best because you've lost 40 pounds and you're so much lighter, right? Like, that's not what I mean. I mean, if you feel like you are living a sedentary lifestyle and you want to move more, then I think your priority should be to move a little bit more. Keep everything else the same, just move a little bit more. Other people will tell you focus on food and just the food. And I think the first thing that you should focus on is your happiness. If you feel like you need to do something and deep down inside you're going like, oh man, I didn't exercise today either. I didn't exercise today. The second you start doing the exercise, you'll feel a little bit better. There will be a little bit of relief, and you can leverage that into doing other things that are good for you. Emotional eating is really tough. I snack a lot when I'm stressed. I also happen to move a lot, and the rest of my diet is very simple and basic. So I don't struggle with the weight gain as much, but I snack a ton, and I try my best to pick really healthy snacks that are high in protein and uh, not so bad for you. And what does that look like? I have lots of peanuts as snacks, and I try not to have anything else in the house other than peanuts. And there's this snack that is called a broad bean. It's like probably deep fried. I don't actually know. It just comes in a package from the convenience store and it's salted and it's high in protein. It's a bean that I'm snacking on. I can eat a lot of them. Like I can eat 100 grams, 200 grams, no problem in one sitting. But it doesn't feel so bad when at the end of it you're feeling really, really, really full. I can eat a whole bag of Doritos by myself, right? And I won't feel full at the end of it. So choosing what you snack on can make a huge difference just right there. You're saying you're a vegetarian by birth. Um, that actually is really helpful because you have to eat a lot more vegetables to get the same amount of calories as you do uh, other things, other snacks. So for everybody else on the chat, I'm gonna make a couple of assumptions. Mad, are you from India or Pakistan or Bangladesh? Are you from that region of the world? Because if you're not, then I'm making some huge assumptions. So I'm just gonna cut that off before it starts. Ooh, okay, there we go. Boom. Yes, I'm from India. Okay. Um, I have a couple of friends who are doctors, and we've had this conversation in the past about epigenetics. Epigenetics is the way your genes manifest in like reality. Uh, that's like a really weird way of saying it. Let me think about how to say this. You got a lot of genes, and they control who you are, right? But the situation that you're in changes how almost active they are, right? Some people will have the same exact genes as their siblings or very similar genes to their siblings, but they will gain weight and their sibling might not, right? So there are environmental factors and stuff that happens to trigger some genes to turn on, some genes to turn off. And that means even though your genetics might look the same, people will have different manifestations of what that looks like. Ganowski has to go. Thank you for being here and listening to me start my ramble. Good luck with your exams. Have a good weekend, and I hope to see you soon. Okay. So in the epigenetics world, one of the things that has come up over time is the prolonged starvation in India in the last 100, 200, 300 years. There has been a bunch of times where huge percentages of the population have gone through an insane amount of starvation. And we don't need to get into the reason and the sources, but a lot of the struggle with obesity in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, those parts of the world, comes from the fact that a significant portion of the population has been through a lot, and the genes are primed and ready to go to store up as much nutrition, as many calories as possible in the event that some crazy disaster will happen and starvation will occur again. And that is the hundreds of years of legacy that is tied into sometimes the struggle of weight loss. So honestly, I don't have a really good answer for you in how to get better at whatever it is that you think you need to get better, whether it's exercise more or to eat less or with your emotional eating. And I guess all I can do is recognize that it is really, really hard, and there's a lot more to it than most gym bros on the internet are willing to acknowledge. One of them being hundreds of years of starvation, sending your genes into store energy mode. So I'm not a doctor. I have a couple of friends who are doctors, and we like to talk about cool things. So I have some random knowledge. And I am into medical science. I like to know how the body works, right? I like to practice it in a physical form in ways that we can see, but I'm curious how the body works from a not visible perspective as well. I hope that, no, actually, I'm pretty sure I didn't answer a single thing about your situation, but I hope that you recognize that a lot of the struggle that you're having is more complicated than, oh, I'm just going to eat less. It's got a lot of different sources. So what works for other people doesn't necessarily work for you. And that's okay, right? I'm not saying you're a super special, one of a kind, unique snowflake, right? And nothing else is going to work for you. I'm saying that you have to try a bunch of things and see what sticks. If you're changing your lifestyle so that a lot of different things are going in the right direction, you're becoming someone who maybe doesn't emotionally eat. Maybe you are a little less sedentary. Maybe you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of strong flavors and dairy in your food. I don't know, something. Maybe that will put you in the right general direction. I think as long as you're moving in the right general direction, you don't have to worry so much about the rest. The end of the day, this whole thing that I do is all about practicing consistency, right? Like showing up every day, doing the thing, becoming the person who keeps on doing the thing, whatever that thing is for you. In this case, what I'm doing is stretching, practicing consistency, doing side splits. If you are consistently making decisions that will help you to feel better, to eat a little healthier, to move a little bit more, and you become the person, you actually truly believe in your deep down, this is who I am, that you're making decisions that are healthier for you, I think you're going in the right direction. So I hope that is a little bit motivational. I hope that's a little bit helpful, because that's all I've got to offer. Good luck. Cool. All right. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through the chat a little bit more. Queen RR says, I have to go, but thank you for today. This is a great stretching session. Queen RR, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging in the chat all the time. Very, very consistent. You've been one of the most consistent people on the YouTube calls, I think. So thank you for being here. Mad Have Codes asks, do you do the live every day at this time? Yes. The live starts 1 hour and 13 minutes ago, and we do this every single day. So feel free to keep coming back, and we can practice a little bit of consistency, do a little bit of movement, so you're a little bit less sedentary together every day. Okay, back to the TikToks. Ganowski says, Ken is so cultural. Love it. Oh, thank you. That's nice. That's why I travel. That's why I'm traveling right now. Actually, I've been mostly just doing side splits and focusing on trying to grow the channel. So I guess I haven't been very cultural recently, but I try my best. All right. I think that is everything on TikTok, and I will get you, Melody, a list of moves so that you can practice these whenever you want. If you just want to have a really quick follow along video instead, I have one on Instagram. It is pinned as one of my 3 videos. The account is @splits on the side, so the same exact username as on TikTok and on YouTube. I've been very lucky there. And I think that video might be 15 minutes or so, 13-ish minutes. So if I don't get back to you in a reasonable amount of time, that is available for you as well, and for everybody else. Okay, I think that is everything. So I'm going to wrap up for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Enjoy your Friday afternoon, or I guess if you're in India, your Saturday morning. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Let's practice some consistency, build some community, and make some progress in our side splits together. Okay, closing off. Goodbye. And now.